My subscribers asked me to create a living energy upgrade video, but looking through YouTube, there are already tons of videos talking about deck upgrades. So I knew I had to make something unique. And what you'll learn by the end of this video is the thought process and reasonings behind the way I chose to upgrade the Living Energy Precon. The deck list is in the description and all of the cuts and additions are in the comments below. The first challenge I faced was figuring out how the upgraded deck could actually win games. Then I stumbled upon a comment from LA Place 22, a single haunting sentence that stuck with me. Always 1 or 2 turns away from victory. It was a truth that gnawed at me, so I found myself asking, how could I harness the deck's true power, bend it to my will, while at the same time subtly crippling my opponents, pushing them toward inevitable defeat faster than they could ever see coming? I knew our commander Saheeli needs us to create energy. It was the key. When we had 3 energy, we could create a copy of target permanent and turn it into a 5/5. But that's where the question started. How could we ever get this 5/5 to win us the game in the late game? The more I thought about it, the more I realized the grim truth. It can't. Not unless it has a devastating ability. But none of the high mana creatures inside this precon seem to possess anything that could tip the scales. Most of them just made more energy, something we would have in abundance by then. It wasn't enough. My mind raced and the weight of the decision pressed down on me, and then it hit me. What if this deck wasn't the right one after all? What if Saheeli wasn't the key? What if Pia Nalar was? Her ability, it just clicked. Pia, with her insatiable hunger for absurdly high levels of energy, could finally make cards like Aetherwind Basker and Aethertide Whale matter. The choice was clear, but it wasn't easy. I ended up cutting 37 cards from the deck.
Why? 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 Why?
After mourning the loss of 37 cards, each one a dagger in my deck's heart, I couldn't afford to dwell on the past. I had to move forward. And so, with my mind racing, I devised a step-by-step plan for success. Step 1, ramp. Build the foundation. Without it, nothing else mattered. Step 2, find a way to deal damage while we cast our creatures. Every turn counts. Step 3, use those creatures to create energy, the fuel for what's to come. Step 4, play Saheeli. The moment she enters, the game shifts, creating copies of the creatures that we had cast earlier, turning them into something far more dangerous. And finally, step 5, deploy the haymakers. This is where it all ends. Swift, brutal, decisive. Failure is not an option. This is the way, the key to victory. Luckily for us, we had an arsenal of creatures that could generate energy as early as turn 2. We upgraded the deck with cards like Aether Swooper and Aether Chaser, but before we unleashed them, we stacked the board with cards like Impact Tremors, Witty Roastmaster, and ultimately Perforos, God of the Forge. Each one with the ability to quietly, methodically tick away at our opponent's life totals. Then we ramped with Burnished Heart, gathering the mana we would need to summon our true power, the 3-fold Thunderhulk. At first glance, it was just a 0/0, but when it entered with 3 +1/+1 counters, it became a 3/3, creating 3 1/1 gnome tokens. Each token a trigger for Perforos 4 times over. But this wasn't the end. As we went into combat, we used 3 energy with Saheeli to copy the Thunderhulk. This time, it wasn't a 0/0. No, this was a 5/5 entering the battlefield with 3 more +1/+1 counters, making it an 8/8. The real devastation has begun. This monstrous creature didn't just bring itself, it brought 8 1/1 gnome tokens, each triggering Perforos again. And then because Saheeli gives the token Thunderhulk haste, it attacked. and created 8 more tokens, yet again triggering Perforos. For just 7 mana and 3 energy, we unleashed a staggering 21 Perforos triggers. That's 42 points of damage in a single turn. We had wiped out all our opponents, but wait, there's another devastating path we could take. Imagine this: Bootlegger's Stash sitting on the battlefield alongside Seedborn Muse and a Reckless Fireweaver. As our opponents take their turns, no, we don't sit idle. We untap our lands and then we tap them again, over and over, generating treasure tokens with reckless abandon. Each treasure that enters the battlefield isn't just a resource, it's a weapon. With Reckless Fireweaver in play, every single treasure token that appears deals a devastating blow to our opponents, 1 damage. They can feel the pressure mounting with every single land we tap, and it doesn't stop. As we untap and tap our lands on their turn, we continue to generate more treasures, dealing more damage, turning the game into an unstoppable cycle of destruction. Victory was swift, unstoppable, and beautifully orchestrated. And that, my friends, is how I upgraded the Living Energy Precon, a deck now brimming with power, ready to take on anything in its path. But don't just take my word for it. Check out the deck list in the description below. Every new upgrade marked in foil, ready to make its mark on the battlefield. But wait, there's more. If this video hits 500 likes and 100 comments, I'll be upgrading a random deck for 1 lucky subscriber. All you have to do is drop a comment below with the name of your commander, and once we hit that goal, I'll randomly select someone to receive an epic deck upgrade. It is that simple. Always remember, everybody, eat healthy, work out every single day, and most important, you guys can remember to believe in yourself, all right? Peace out, people.